Well, today is Full Service GCT Day, February 27th, 2023, with Great River Station on the Montauk Branch. And you saw all the changes that took place as far as the electrified service goes out of Grand Central, but it had a ripple effect. It's felt all over the railroad, especially on this Montauk Branch. Montauk Branch has seen considerable change. In addition to schedule changes, there are some additional trains added. Some trains are revived, trains are retimed, and they've gone back to two-digit train numbers like years of old. And we're going to catch a few of them before this evening. Well, approaching Great River westbound at 3:50 is train 71. Patchogue to Babylon. Used to be train 2773 before this schedule change today. Yeah, these diesel trains look the same on the surface, but internally the operations are extremely different. We may have a schedule change, but we still have the same old rotten cab car horns. Well, you'll notice the clouds approaching from the west. Later this evening, we might see something that's proven to be alien to us this winter. Snowflakes. Supposedly going to get a couple of inches of snow tonight into early tomorrow morning. You know, seeing these two-digit train numbers back on the non-electrified portion of the Montauk Branch bring back a lot of memories as a child. There was one particular train I recall, train 66. It was a rush hour train that ran out of Hunters Point Avenue, left at 3:56 in the afternoon, going to Patchogue. It used to pick up a lot of Railway Express workers at the nearby plant that's long gone. I remember seeing that train. It always used to have every single day an RS3 and 8 P54s on it. Approaching eastbound at 4:06 is train 76. Used to be the old 2772, Jamaica to Patchogue. Spaghetti used to work that train most days of the week, but I don't know if he's on this train anymore. This train has DE30AC 416 on the point with one of the worst K5 LA horns you could ever hear. Lovely sound, huh? Hey, we move to Islip now on the Montauk Branch. Approaching is train 78. The old 2774 Babylon Patchogue. It's got the 408 on them. That's got a good K5 LL horn. Ah, that's a solid horn. 443, we have westbound equipment from Patchogue to Babylon. He went east on 76 a little while ago. Well, at 4:45, I should point out something that's changed drastically with this new schedule. Train 2709 used to run from Montauk to Jamaica. It was a local from Montauk to Babylon, then express to Jamaica. But now two trains perform the job that train did. You now have train 17 from Montauk to Jamaica. He makes all stops to Speonk, then express to Jamaica. And 10 minutes later, out of Speonk is train 45, Speonk to Jamaica. Makes all stops to Babylon and then Jamaica. So it's a nice connection off of 17 for people traveling west of Speonk to Babylon, local stops. But today, 45 left ahead of 17, as 17 is running late. So if there are passengers on 17 going to stations between Speonk and Babylon, they got to wait till train 47 leaves Speonk at 9:07 tonight. I'm not too crazy about this non-guaranteed connection stuff that seems to be going on, unless they make stops on that 17. 502 approaching westbound is train 45 en route from Speonk to Jamaica. He's doing the work that 2709 used to do between Speonk and Jamaica. 17 from Montauk to Jamaica is behind him a ways. .45 is a brand new train. Train 45 pretty much runs on the same schedule as 2709 did west of Speonk. Okay, we move west to Buntwood Road, east of Bayshore at 5:12. Here comes train 17. It's running about 20-odd minutes late. Montauk, Jamaica. Runs express from Speonk to Jamaica. Both him and 45 take the Montauk Branch west of Babylon. many people on board, so hopefully there weren't anyone inconvenienced by not having that train at Speonk waiting for them. Yeah, him and 45 take the Montauk Branch west of Babylon. They have to, because trains 18 to Montauk and 80 to Patchogue will be coming east on the Central Branch. Okay, we're still at Brentwood Road. Time is 5:33. Going to get 3 eastbounds in relatively quick succession within about 35 minutes. First train up is train 40, the old 2738 from Babylon to Speonk. You'll have locomotive 516 on the point. Has a K5L horn. One of 2 engines that has that horn, the other being 510. Getting a real big kick out of seeing the first runs of these trains with these new, or should I say old, numbers. Sort of back to the future. Behind him should be 18 from Montauk, the old 2712. And behind him will be a revived train, 80, the old 2778, Long Island City to Patchogue. Here comes 40. Anemic. Okay, as the time approaches 5:45, our next eastbound, quite a story to tell about this train. This is train 18 from Hunters Point Avenue to Montauk. Previously was 2712 from Hunters Point Avenue to Montauk. That's a remnant of the old weekday Cannonball, which had number 22 at one time. 2712 used to make Jamaica Bayshore the first stop. But when the pandemic started, it made Babylon and all stops east to Montauk. Now it's making Bayshore the first stop again. And also what's different about it, 2712 ran via the Montauk Branch west of Babylon. Now 18 is running via the main line west of Babylon. Okay, 5:47, approaching is 18. Former 2712. 2712 is now a Grand Central to Far Rockaway train. All these trains have interesting stories. The train behind this one has an even more amazing story. It's a revival. That raised a gust of wind, a very chilly gust of wind. It definitely feels like it's going to snow. 5:53, here comes 73 from Patchogue to Babylon. Well, 5:55, train 80 is in Bayshore right now, and he's not going to be going very fast through here based on this approach signal at S410. Train 80 is a revival. That's the revival of the old 2778 from Hunters Point Avenue to Patchogue, but this train comes out of Long Island City. That train was discontinued when the pandemic started. It's great to see this train back again. This train is not going to be very long. It's only got 3 cars. Here he comes. First run after an absence of almost 3 years. Clear. All right, we move west to Bayshore Station. It's 6:17. We're waiting for train number 42 en route from Penn Station to Speonk. This is the old 2740, and I remember train 42 as a long-time Hunters Point Avenue to Speonk train, rush hour train, growing up. And this train should have the King of Queens engineer on it. Gates are going down at 6:17.
The 6:21 train to Speonk is now arriving on platform B. Please activate e-tickets now and step over the gap when boarding.
Revival, first run of train 42 tonight. It's been a long time, at least 25 to 30 years maybe. That was the man, the King of Queens. Okay, move further west to the Windsor Avenue crossing in Brightwaters. Gonna get 3 more trains here. Eastbounds, 82, Babylon Patchogue, 22, Jamaica to Montauk, and 44, Penn Station to Speonk. Approaching at 6:47 is train 82 with DE30AC engine number 416, with a horn that most certainly would not be allergic to kryptonite. This train connects off at 268 from Grand Central at Babylon. And 6:55, the gates are going down for westbound train 75 en route from Patchogue to Babylon, making his first run under this number. It's been a very nostalgic afternoon and evening along the Montauk Branch, seeing these old revived trains and revived train numbers, to say nothing of what I saw at Grand Central this morning. It's been a really exciting day and a historical day for the Long Island Railroad. train had the same equipment that went east on train 80 earlier. Right approaching Windsor Avenue at 7:21 p.m. is another one of those two-digit Montauk trains, train 22. Years ago, that used to be the number for the weekday Cannonball. Ran year-round except for summer Fridays. Train runs from Jamaica to Montauk. This replaced the old number, which was 2716. But this train is running about 25 minutes later than 2716 did. 2716 would often run into approach signals by a previous Patchogue scoot that wasn't too far ahead of it. But this train doesn't have any such worries. In fact, I saw 2716, today's version, leave Grand Central for Far Rockaway this morning. D30AC419, and that has a pretty solid K5LL horn on them. We'll stick around for one more train, 44. All right, at 7:37 p.m., that approaching headlight, which will be our last train that we'll see on this great day, Long Island Railroad Grand Central Day, full service. It's train 44 from Penn Station to Spionk. Used to be 2742 from Penn Station to Spionk. Ran on a similar schedule to this train. The difference between this one and that one, aside from the number, is this train runs on the Central Branch west of Babylon, as did all of the eastbound trains from the city that we saw. Now, train 44, I remember years ago, which ran about maybe 40 minutes earlier than this train does, was a Hunters Point Avenue to Spionk train. I remember that very well. I rode on it a few times. Even stopped at Bethpage on the way to Babylon. And then it made all stops from Babylon to Spionk, including Bayport and Blue Point, those long gone stations. So I have a lot of memories about train 44. But this is today's version, and he'll have a dual mode set. Not the C420 and the P54 cars that I remember. Good time to quit. It's getting colder and it's starting to snow.